it was like I wasn't getting the jobs that my male counterparts were.
We do get a lot of domestics, drugs.
This goes out to you, my number one. I won't stop until I see you, sugar. You know who you are. This is for my number I see you. So many shows.
Hey y'all, what's up and welcome back to my channel. So today we have a special guest, Tanya. Y'all seen her a while back and I went to her wedding. So she's a newlywed. Show them the ring, friend.
Oh, I can take
A friend.
I was about to eat my seafood.
Oh, okay. A friend Mary, okay? Alright y'all, so we got some questions from some of my subscribers and people just interested in joining the military because we get the questions all the time. So we're just gonna go with the flow. So I'm eating me salmon and asparagus that I made because I'm on this health journey, and Tanya, she doing her thing. And then I got me some watermelon too.
I got juicy crab house.
I got the questions written down right here. So first, what's our AFSC and how long have you been in? My AFSC, which is basically our specialty code, is 3POX1. I'm a 5 now. It's basically security forces. And I've been in for 6 years, going on 7 in December.
And my AFSC, I am 2A3X5B. So in place of my X right now, I have a 7.
Oh, I got 7 too. Why don't you?
Oh, I thought that's what you were saying.
I got 7 too.
You said you had a 5.
I know. I don't know why. I'm 7 skill level. No, I ain't never ate with y'all, but I'm gonna try not to eat too much and actually get to these questions. So next, what's a normal day in your career field, Tanya?
So a normal day for me, I usually work swing shifts. So for me, that is 2:45 to 10:45, and that's afternoon to 10:45 in the evening.
Wait, tell them what you do. Like, what you said?
Oh yeah. So my AFSC, it is I am an avionics mechanic for the F-35. So it is the,
in layman's term.
I know what I said.
Oh.
So it is a fighter jet, and it is the newest one that the Air Force has. So my job is new. My plane is new. So
Y'all work on planes?
yeah.
Okay. That's layman's term for y'all.
Basically, yeah. So I work on planes. I deal with the electronics and some software on the plane.
You fly planes?
I do not fly planes. Okay. I do get to get in the cockpit and play with the screen. Or I won't say play. I get to work with the screen.
That's dope though.
It is. I definitely like it because it's like, I'm not a pilot. I don't fly them, but I get to get up there and see stuff that pilots see. So it's definitely something that I like. I think that's probably my favorite part, is getting to do something like that.
Yeah, who eat juicy crab with gloves?
I just started doing this.
And you black.
I just started doing this. But then when I'm done, I take them off. My hands are clean.
To each his own. While she eating. So my job, y'all know, I'm a cop. Security forces is just a special name for a cop. Pretty much, we guard the base. We respond to calls. And we provide security for planes. Whatever, like security, whatever you think of, like when you hear that word security, that's exactly what we do. My normal day, right now we're in 12 hours because of the coronavirus, but our normal day, we go to guard mount. Basically, our flight chief briefs us on everything from the previous shift so we can know what's going on. Then we disperse. Some people go to the gate. I'm a staff sergeant, so I go, usually I'm either on the desk or patrolling. So everybody go to their designated spot and then we just work. Nothing really crazy been going on. We do get a lot of domestics, drugs. We also have a boat patrol too, but only certain people, you have to be certified to go in there. Yeah, I can because I can't swim. We just guard the base.
So for me, a normal day going to work is, so we get there and we have what's a roll call. So our flight chiefs just pull us in there. They give us, you know, updates with the Air Force, updates with our squadron, personnel wise. And then from there, we have someone called an expediter. Our expediter is the one who actually gives us our job. So it's like flight chief, expediter, if that makes sense. So we have a certain person that tells us what jobs we're going to do that day. and they kind of control it for us. So once they give us our jobs, we go get our tools, and then we go out there and work.
So do y'all have like a roster?
Like
a set, so y'all don't know what y'all doing the next day?
Nope.
Oh.
Usually, so some days if you get like a big project, which like something that comes maybe every blue moon, not too often, or something that just takes a long time, they'll usually try to keep the same people on it, because if we don't finish a job on our shift, then we have to turn it over to another shift and tell them everything. So usually if it's a big job with a lot of different parts to it, they try to keep the same people on it for each shift. And those are kind of the good ones. Those are the ones where you get to see some in-depth stuff that you really wouldn't see on a normal day. So I kind of like those days. But then some days it's very simple and you get a job, kind of like launch and recovery, B-manning.
What's that? I'm sure I don't know what that is.
I know.
What that is.
But so we will be man sometimes. So basically we stand by the fire extinguisher, and we make sure that if a fire breaks out, we're there. We know how to use it. We're gonna put the fire out. And that has happened, I think twice.
Really?
Yeah, I think twice. Once right before I got there, and I think once while I've been there.
I wonder if they were scared, like if they froze up.
I know each time, just to be sure, I read the directions.
Man, the fire, man, that plane don't blow up. That plane will blow up by the time you finish. Okay, I gotta pull this. And then
every time before I go to do,
and spray, right?
I gotta make sure the directions didn't change. That's just me. I just try to make sure. I don't know why I'm like that.
How is it like being in a male-dominant career field? Ooh, both of our career fields are male-dominant.
Yes.
You know, naturally, you don't see females as cops, and you don't see females working on airplanes. Being a cop, male-dominant, I don't know. They kind of grew on me. At first, it was hygiene-wise, it was kind of pretty nasty. I can't stand it because they dip. Oh my gosh, girl, I ain't tell you. Oh my I almost drank my friend dip when I was deployed.
Ooh.
And if I would have done that, y'all know what dipping is. If you don't know what dipping is, it's the pouch that they put in their mouth and then they spit in the spit bottle. And I almost drank that. But hygiene for me is like, I hate the hygiene of the male. Also, being in a male dominant career field, sometimes they look at you as the weaker link because you're the weak. They think that you're the weaker sex, so they kind of don't trust you as much with certain things. You know, men just ego. You know, their ego. They like to feed their ego, so they don't really want us doing like being the head of something, like in charge of something.
I actually had an experience with that when I first got to my unit. But since we're brand new, you know, we were also the first people directly out of tech school to go there. For my career field, everyone who was in my career field, now they kind of cross-trained, like the first few people that did it. So first being directly out of tech school, I was 19. These guys were maybe 26 or older. And I was just a young female. I don't work with cars. I don't work with anything like that. I never wanted to work on airplanes. I never thought I'd be working on airplanes, but here I am. It was like I wasn't getting the jobs that my male counterparts were. Like they kept me on doing the fire extinguisher, or you know, just little odd and end jobs like that. And I noticed it, and I said something to one of my counterparts. So thankfully he was, I think I was 19 and he was like 22, and he had, you know, he had worked in a world where he's had to point stuff out to people, so he was able to point it out to my expediter.
Well, that's good.
And yeah, so I kind of don't give my expediter fault either, because I don't think he really knew how to handle it.
Yeah.
With having a female there and knowing what we can do. But after we had that discussion, he put me on like, on whatever. Right. I was one of the guys at that point. There was nothing they didn't
do that they can do.
Yeah, and I'm so thankful for it because it let me shine. It let me show them that as a female, I can do these jobs the same way that the guys can. So yeah, I'm so grateful for that opportunity and for my wingman that stood up and said something for me. I know.
Oh no. And it's intimidating sometimes when you fresh inside the Air Force to talk to someone of higher rank.
Yeah, because at that point I was an airman. Like I had what they call a mosquito wing. I had one stripe. And I think he was my ex-father was a tech sergeant. None at all.
Like why does the airman come to talk to me?
I know, right? Because I sure wasn't gonna do it. But my friend, he was an A1C.
What are your challenges being a woman in the Air Force?
Having leadership that doesn't understand female things. But thankfully I've had, I believe I had very good leadership as being a female. So when I was pregnant, and then some days I have morning sickness, or I was just super nauseous, and it was gonna take me just a little bit longer to get to work. Because males they can't get pregnant.
Right.
They don't have morning sickness. They don't understand it. So thankfully I had people who, they've been there for their wives or whatever else, and they were very understanding of it. They were understanding that I'm at work and I'm still nauseous throughout the entire day, and I'm just drained and tired, and they're like, go ahead and go home. Like, they understood it.
That's good.
So, did you ever feel like you had to fit in?
I don't think I ever, no, I never felt like I had to fit in, but I did. Well, I guess that would be the same as kind of like showing up, not showing up, but like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Being better than them?
No, being in their level, I guess.
It's one of those where you do, I believe in our career fields, you got to prove yourself a little bit more.
That's what I'm looking for.
Than any male would have to.
Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly. That'll be the only thing, like, I just had to prove myself, like, I can do this.
Mm-hmm.
Do you plan on making the military a career?
If I commission as an officer, yes.
Hello.
That's my goal, is to commission as an officer.
Same for me. Y'all know I've been talking about this nursing thing for a long time. I ain't even gonna say too much. I'm just about to leave it like that. I'm gonna leave it like that because I don't need nobody trying to pray against me. It won't pass anyways because God got his hand on me. And what he got for me is for me.
And know that if you get into a career field like ours where you really don't care for it as much, or you really, I don't want to be in all these temperatures. Thank you. Yeah. I don't want to be in all these temperatures working year after year. So there are other opportunities out there for you. There are different programs for you to go to, get your degree. You can have special duties to just go and do a different job for a while and then come back to yours if you get a little burned out with your job. Like, there's so many opportunities out there.
There are, but you gotta be the one to look for it. Nobody's about to give you, if you think you come in the military and everything will be handed to you, it's not. You gotta go and look for that information, especially if you have your degree. Please, I beg you, take the officer's test. Just take it and see where you stand before coming in as enlisted, because being an officer, from what I heard, is kind of like the best thing. It's kind of like the best thing, and they money long. Like, they got long money. So if you got a degree, please take that test first before joining. I'm just throwing that out there.
That was one of the reasons why I'm going for a STEM degree as well, because they need, so I'm going for electrical engineering. They need degrees like that. That is like engineering degrees, technology degrees, science degrees, mechanical degrees. That is one of the #1 things that they're looking for in their officer.
My battery's dying, so we about to finish up this video. The last thing is advice that we would give someone who's interested in joining the military. My advice is to just, if you want to do it, just do it. You got to understand too, one thing, you need to know exactly what you want to do. They're going to give you basically a list, and you're going to pick a certain amount of jobs, and don't just pick anything. Kind of do your research about every single job, like every single job. If you know somebody, ask them questions, like get familiar with whatever you're putting down, because remind you, this is going to be your job for the next 4 to 6 years, maybe your whole entire enlistment. Want to retire like 20 years or whatever. Just be very cautious in knowing what to pick, knowing that that's exactly what you want to do. And yeah, if you want to do it, do it.
My advice would be, when you're picking your jobs, don't be afraid to wait for your job.
Boom.
That's one thing I learned while I was waiting, is that I should have waited longer. So I was already waiting like 6 months. Then me and my mom sat down with the list, and she just put some stuff on there because she went to the recruiter's office with me, because she was ready for me to go to, like, she knew it was time for me to go. And that's how I got this job. it's like I said, it's not something that I ever wanted to do. I'm not a mechanic by any means, but I'm here and I do it. But I would have loved to have been something in the hospital, or I had something that I'm interested in. I'm more of a behind the desk type of person, like organize files, send emails type of person. That's when I had admin on there. I had personnelist on there. Those are the ones that are harder to get into, and people will tell you that. Your recruiter will tell you that, but do not be afraid to wait. Be confident. Don't let anybody take your confidence away because you're a female. I see that a lot in the younger ones. They're like treading water lightly. They don't really know what to do because it is a lot of males, and a lot of males who don't really understand being a female.
Stand your ground, sis.
It's okay to stand your ground. Sometimes it might go respectfully, because they will. If you don't do it respectfully, that's some nice paperwork you're about to get.
FYI, we're not being negative about our jobs. Not saying that we're not thankful, because we are very thankful for where God brought us from and to now. So we're not bashing our job or anything like that. I really love the Air Force, and she does too, but everything's just not for everybody. So.
Exactly.
But this is pretty much going to end our video. If you guys have any more questions, or if y'all want to know something else specifically, you can leave it down in the comments below. We would love to chat more. Anything you want to know, like basic and stuff like that, because we actually went to basic together, and we're at the same base together. We've been together for
how many years? For 6 years.
Going on 7 years we've been together. Guys, you're getting on my nerves. But yeah, let us know down in the comments any questions y'all have. Hopefully this video was helpful to anyone out there that's interested in joining the military, Air Force. Make sure you guys go over to Tanya's channel. She's starting her channel. I don't know why she takes forever, but
it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah. It's at Tanya Too Much, so make sure you go ahead and check that out. I'll leave it on the screen right here.
With the number 2.
Yes. Yeah, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to your girl.
Yep.
Me and her too. And I'll catch you in my next video.
See y'all later.